Hey, welcome to Screenplay Junkie. My name's Drew Hellmich, and I love screenwriting and everything there is about movies. But before anything makes it to the screen, it always begins with text on paper. So if you're a fellow addict of film and storytelling, join my brothers, Matt and Brian, and I as we take a look at various types of screenplays, short stories, and other source material that were crucial to the creation of the stories we all love. There will be spoilers, though, so I do recommend being familiar with the title that's being discussed. Sound good? All right, then let's get started. Welcome back, fellow story addicts, to Screenplay Junkie, episode 64. Drew, Matt, and Brian here, and with October lurking around the corner, it means that FRIGHT FEST is back.
Jeez, thank you.
Nailed it.
Yeah, honestly.
Nailed it.
Favorite time of the year, huh? I'd say.
Yeah.
For
Favorite
me,
time of year is Halloween?
I mean, like, for movie, entertainment-based, outdoor activities.
The fall.
Like, you got a lot of things to do.
The leaves are changing, yes.
The
sunset's
There's
so
a lot to
beautiful
do,
in
you know?
the
It's
fall.
like the last final couple of weeks and months we have of some good weather in a way, so we'll get outside and enjoy the Halloween activities.
Gets a little spooky, and I feel like we already do a ton of horror on this show, but we like to dedicate a whole month to it. It's pretty cool.
So buckle up.
Yeah, and to start it off, we'll be taking a look at the pilot of the FX original anthology series, American Horror Story.
Yeah, great choice to start us off with here, too. I like how we went with like an anthology horror series here.
It's a good word.
Not like
an
an
anthology.
I know, right? It's fun to say. Anthology.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to say it, Drew? Brian
Anthology.
There, yeah, all right.
Thank
We
you.
all said it. Cool. But I'm glad we picked it because I do remember watching this first season. It came out way longer ago than I thought it did.
Yeah.
2011, I believe.
Yeah, so it was
I
fun.
was
to,
like 13, 14. Probably shouldn't have been watching this
Yeah,
TV
right.
mature rated program.
Definitely.
It's all right.
We were all underage to be watching it
Meh.
legally, or whatever you want to call it. But whatever. It's good, and it was kind of fun to go back and relive that first episode.
Yeah, totally. And I know there are a couple great reasons of why we think American Horror Story is a great idea for a horror show. Because with it being an anthology, it means that season to season there is a new story. And actors are typically carried over from season to season to play new characters, which is a pretty cool concept.
And what I'm wondering, and we don't know, like we can just admit to the audience, we don't know. Like I don't know if when they started it, did they know they were going to make it an anthology, or did they actually plan? Wait, maybe we'll continue from how this is going in season 1.
Interesting, yeah.
Because like people that watched the show assumed that season 2 would somehow be a continuation, but with the way it ended, I don't know if it was really possible.
You know, I'm going to go on a limb and say they were thinking about doing that because there are things that intertwine different seasons. Like there's Easter eggs that exist. Like what I'm trying to say is I believe that every single season of American Horror Story, they all exist in the same
Like
universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a comic book kind of thing almost.
So with this like anthology idea, do you guys have any other shows that you could think of on the spot?
That's an
Hot seat?
anthology?
Yeah, in a way.
Does like
I don't know,
Black Mirror?
Black
Whoa.
Mirror.
Yeah, hey, whoa.
Hey,
That was a little spooky.
you owe me a soda. Ha, jinx.
We just mirrored each other a little bit with that.
Really?
Black Mirror.
That was pretty lame.
All right.
Oh,
Yep.
I mean, we mentioned it
Move on.
earlier. It's, I guess, a kid's show, regular show. There's really no connection there in episodes.
No,
Or is it has
but
to
it's all
be
the
short?
same
It
characters.
has to be
It's all the
season-based?
same characters, and they all.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a show.
Okay.
Probably
All right.
Twilight Zone.
That's like saying Seinfeld's an anthology.
Yeah, now that I think about it, wow, that definitely doesn't add up at all.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Different actors every time, different story.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure there's other that exist out there. I can't really think of anything. But
Would you say it's probably tougher to pull off though, because each season you got to drag the viewer back in.
Yeah,
They're not just
true.
going to like carry over. Like you got to introduce them to new characters, a new story.
I don't know. I like it because once a new season ends, you're like, oh, what are they going to do next? I'm curious to see what kind of story they pull out next year and what kind of characters they introduce to us next time.
Yeah.
And also from a writing standpoint, like shows go on for a long time. There's a ton of episodes to consider, a lot of things to consider as far as keeping the storyline going. So every time you refresh a new season, you're starting a new story, which is kind of cool. and you have 13. I think there's like 13 episodes per season,
Okay.
which I mean that's a lot of writing, but it's better. 13 episodes is way better than 96.
Spooky. It's,
Yeah.
it's spooky amount. I thought of
Yeah.
another one too. True Detective on HBO.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
that works.
Very nice. Okay.
Totally.
Season 1 was the best.
Could argue that.
I have actually never seen it.
Oh, well.
No.
You have to. Please.
Yeah, I don't
Matthew
know.
McConaughey
And,
unreal.
Woody
He's
Harrelson?
he's so good at it. Both of them.
Yeah. Let's hit the IMDb. And IMDb is like such a hard thing to
Please.
say. I don't know why.
I botch it all the time.
But let's hit
IMDb.
it.
Yeah, let's do it. So, American Horror Story started in 2011, and it's still going. The 10th season is due to premiere, I think, pretty soon.
I think I saw they're already like
And they
renewed.
signed on for 11 and 12.
Yeah, they're already renewed for like more seasons in the future, which is crazy.
Through 2022.
That's-
Okay, yeah,
wow,
okay.
okay.
All right. And now I'm going to tell you what it is. We already said the word anthology. I'm pumped I get to say it again. How about one more time? An anthology series centering on different characters and locations, including a house with a murderous past, an insane asylum, a witch coven, a freak show circus, a haunted hotel, a possessed farmhouse, a cult, the apocalypse, and a slasher summer camp.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely a handful in there that I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I mean, honestly, probably all yeses.
I wish I'd read that before I just said it because I had no idea I was going to have to list like basically what every season was. That was the first time
That's
I
what it
read
turned
it.
into.
I was like
Hey, it
out of
was
breath.
great.
Could you guys see that? I was like, God, I didn't realize this was that
Came
long.
out clean. Came out great. Yeah.
What's the? Do we have the log line for this for the pilot?
Yeah, I have that ready. too.
Cool.
So the pilot episode. This one I'm going to do in the goofy voice.
Do like
Therapist Ben Harmon, his wife Vivian, and their daughter Violet move across the country to Los Angeles to escape their troubled past.
I thought they moved to San Francisco.
Oh, in the show?
Yeah. It says LA in there.
Yeah, it says
Oh, that's
LA.
weird.
That is weird.
It's a neighboring, same state,
San
Try to keep it
Francisco.
Sure.
It was close. Well, yeah, okay, so that's the logline for the pilot episode. So, it looks like the pilot was directed and written by Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk.
Yeah.
And are those the two guys? Yeah, so those are the two creators of the show.
Yes.
Brad Falchuk and Ryan Murphy.
Correct.
And it sounds like they've created a lot of other shows that exist. They're just
Outs-
pumping out
out-
shows, man.
Outside of the horror, I'd say.
Well,
one
yeah,
of their
most known Glee, right?
Glee, apparently. Yeah, I've never seen an episode, but
Neither
hey,
have I.
that's
It's
pretty cool,
It's like
man.
a musical based. It's like a dance.
Yeah,
show, maybe.
right.
I think it's like they're in a school or something.
That's some pretty sweet variety, man. To be able to do that and then do some crazy horror stuff.
Yeah, some like
It
dark
is-
horror.
It's great. I actually have the Glee logline right here. You want to?
Let's
just
hear
in
it.
case the audience doesn't know
get
what
it.
Glee is.
But this is this an anthology series?
We don't know.
no.
I'm just questioning everything they do.
All right, so Glee, here it is. A group of ambitious misfits try to escape the harsh realities of high school by joining a Glee club headed by a passionate Spanish teacher.
Nice.
Sweet.
I'm kind of getting like High School Musical vibes.
Yeah, I
Maybe
know.
A
just
little
because
bit.
of the-
Totally.
Just because it takes place in high school?
I just wonder, like,
Basically.
so Glee,
Basically.
was Glee
Does
created
somebody
before?
have a dying obsession to maybe be a basketball player but wants to sing instead?
All right,
in
Mr.
Glee?
Yeah.
Troy Bolton.
Yeah.
No, but when was Glee created? Like, do we have that?
I don't know.
Right.
2012.
I guess.
2009. Okay, that was fast. So Glee
before.
was created before American Horror Story.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, like Glee originally, it was all like effed up. Like it was a horror thing. Like,
I
it
don't
was
know
a-
about that.
Oh, like a
dude,
chop screw.
I don't know, man. I think they gave it to these producers, and they're like, "We love all the singing and dancing. We don't like the heads getting chopped off. Let's take this from rated R to G
To PG.
And they just like, okay.
Well, I think the other show they do is that 911.
Okay.
I think
I've
they
never
made that
seen
up
Wow.
too.
Jeez, these
It's-
guys they're dynamic.
They made up like just like some sort of law enforcement drama. They did.
I mean, do they like choreograph Glee? Because if they were coming up with all the
don't
song
know.
and dance in there, then like these guys are the most talented humans on planet Earth.
Yeah, really though.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job, I would say.
All right, so starring in the first season, I'm just going to go over like the first season of this
Yeah,
American
great.
Horror Story first. We got Connie Britton, Dylan McDermott, big names, right?
Dylan McDermott, is he brothers with Doug McDermott, the 3-point shooter
No.
on the Bulls?
No.
Or used to be on the Bulls?
Oh,
No,
Okay.
but
Just wanted to.
good try.
nice little blast of the past, Dougie Buckets, man. All right, anyways, Evan Peters, he's in a lot of seasons. The first two names I just said, they were only appeared in season 1.
Yeah.
Also in this is Taissa Farmiga. She plays Violet, the daughter. And then there's Jessica Lange, who's Constance. That's about it.
Definitely. Like,
Yeah, and there's some other people that are in some other seasons.
But majority of them you see more throughout the season.
How do you
Definitely
feel about
Tate, probably the most apparent?
Right, yeah. How do you feel about them bringing characters back so often?
I'm a fan.
I think it's cool too.
I really like it too because I guess it shows the actor or actress's capability too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Of pulling off characters. It's sweet. It's really cool to see.
As an actor, I feel like you're all about it because you get to show range.
Yeah,
and
totally.
and get paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Sarah Paulson, she's one of the biggest recurring actors. Her and Evan Peters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Evan Peters plays Tate in season 1.
And Sarah Paulson wasn't even in the first season.
Yeah, oddly enough, that's weird. But I think she's in every other one.
Yeah,
correct.
I believe so.
There's really no way to go over a budget or anything. I don't have anything like that for this. But,
No, it's probably hard to quantify.
All we have to
quantify.
All we have to look at, we can quantify this. There's freaking going to be 12 seasons of it. Okay.
Yeah.
The show's been successful.
Oh, yeah.
Very successful.
Very successful.
And their budget probably went up and up and up as each season came out.
I'm sure. All right, yeah, that's all I got on IMDb. And Brian, you said there's no trivia, right?
No, nothing. It was just...
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
All right, well, do you guys want to just
Nothing
quickly talk
reliable.
about the seasons of the show then?
Yeah, let's just go over what they are.
Okay. Do you want to just roll into these rankings I found?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I looked up on, I found this website, screenrant.com, and it went through and it ranked every season.
Yeah,
so
sure.
There's 9 seasons out, 9 available right now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it ranked them from worst to best. Okay.
Okay.
These aren't our rankings. These are someone else's.
Yep.
And we haven't even seen all the seasons of the show.
No,
how
we
could I-
haven't.
How
So
could I agree? Yeah.
all we can do is speculate for the most part. But we're going to go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Brian, you want to go ahead and name these
Yeah.
name these seasons out for the people?
I'll rattle them off here.
I probably should have said which
I wish-
year. I didn't list the year they came out.
That was going to be my question,
Yeah.
which one and which season it was, because it's definitely not.
That's all right.
I don't know.
That's okay.
All we have is the name of the season.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, so coming in dead last with number 9, we have Colt. And this is a married couple's struggles with their lives and marriage with clowns terrorize the city.
I think that one's a really political season.
It sounds like The Purge. It sounds
Yeah, okay.
I'm trapped in my house. Clowns are terrorizing the city. It sounds like The Purge. It does sound interesting,
Yeah.
though. It's strange that we find it here at number 9, because that does sound interesting. I hate clowns.
So at number 8 here, we have Apocalypse. And this is probably the one I really don't know much about. But it's after a nuclear attack, the select few must survive in a bunker dubbed Outpost 3, ruled by a tyrannical matriarch.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to hit tyrannical matriarch. I was like, oh, he might stumble.
Sounds totally
word.
dystopian.
I try to read it before to try to get a mental run through rep to make sure I can say it.
You got to be a pro, man.
All good, all
Podcast
good.
pro. You got to be a pro. What were you saying, Drew?
That one sounds pretty dystopian, like a futuristic sci-fi dystopia.
It doesn't sound like anything else.
Doesn't
to show
sound very horror, but okay.
I don't know
Very
what
true.
what horror elements are there. Just,
Outpost 3.
you're just scared of people. Are people?
Maybe they do
cannibals?
maybe I was gonna say maybe it's probably cannibals.
I like
Cannibalistic
the
shit.
after nuclear attack though, Fallout vibes.
Yeah,
you know?
it sounds kinda cool.
I like the premise. I just don't know. It doesn't
sure.
feel like American Horror Story.
Yeah.
No.
All right, coming at number 7, we have Freak Show, which I think is kind of early.
Lady Gaga, right?
Yeah, no.
That's number
Because
4.
I enjoyed Freak Show. So, but this one is after their mother's murder, conjoined twins Bet and Dot are hired by struggling Freak Show owner Elsa Mars.
I just watched this season.
It's
And?
weird, but I remember I like the idea. Freak Show. There's some cool, scary parts in it.
Well, what's the scary part? What is it a ghost? Is it a demon?
What?
Is one of the freaks
Well, every
the
freak,
devil?
every character
Is
basically
bad,
has their messed up past or messed up things that they do. I like the characters. Overall, it's okay. I can understand why it's at 7. Actually, I'm kind of a little surprised it's at 7. I'd maybe place it at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but there's definitely some parts about it that are kind of meh, whatever. But I for this one, I love the setting of it. The setting's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Circus, it's weird, spooky.
I never really liked the circus as a kid. I'm going to say that. I always thought
It's creepy.
the
It's kinda
50
creepy.
clowns getting out of the small car. I was like,
Sure.
hey, that doesn't look comfortable. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Cool animals, but is that animal?
Well, the
cruelty?
animals
I don't
were
know.
cool.
But it's all right. All right,
Although it's probably cruel because they have a giraffe, in a basketball stadium.
In,
and they're parading
Chicago.
around. Yeah, it's probably cruel. I think we can say we're anti-circus, right? Can we just take that stance?
No, I like it.
circus clowns.
Okay.
So coming at number 6, we have Roanoke. And this is about Matt and Shelby, a couple from L.A., leave the city and move into a mysterious house in North Carolina where strange things begin to occur.
So
Yeah.
it sounds like another haunted house thing then,
Yeah.
like season 1.
I think this one's supposed to be about the reason. It's supposed to be connected to whatever the reason was of why the settlement of the people who moved to Roanoke disappeared.
Oh,
okay.
You know that whole thing that happened in
remember
history.
that. Yeah, I remember that.
I watched a couple episodes of this and I lost interest pretty fast.
Okay.
I just didn't think it was. Yeah, I just didn't care for it.
Roanoke.
Number 5, we got Hotel. Matt, this is Lady Gaga.
All right.
Kathy Bates too. I think this is her first.
Yeah,
appearance,
that's right.
maybe? Or
Kathy Bates was in
multiple
Coven,
seasons.
Okay.
or Coven,
But-
however you want to say it.
this is a pair of foreign sisters check into the Hotel Cortez while in LA, detective investigates a brutal murder. This one's kind of cool. Like I enjoyed the hotel. It's cinematography interesting. It's very like I like.
So it's like a murder
from what
mystery?
I've seen. Yeah, it's
I think it's supposed to be based off the murderer who was at the Chicago.
World's Fair.
Yes,
I don't know his name, but yeah, that guy.
the Devil in the White City.
Yeah, so he would like have a hotel, let people stay there, and just murder them.
That's what this is about.
It's a murder hotel.
This is what this one's
Yeah.
about.
Damn, that's
I think
crazy.
I think it's Tate's character.
Yeah, it is.
Damn,
But number 4,
that sounds good. Then I might have to check that one out
It's
because
pretty
that is
good.
a fascinating like bit of history. I mean, that guy
Yeah.
was a freaking.
But you say that one sounded good for me at least. I think number 4 is my go-to out of this list that I haven't seen. It's 1984, and this is in the summer of 1984. 5 friends escape to L.A. Wow, they really like L.A.
No, they escape L.A.
Oh, they escape L.A.
Ah.
Sorry, I read that incorrectly. To work as counselors at Camp Redwood, and then some scary stuff happens.
So it
IDK.
sounds like a throwback to Slasher.
Yeah.
You know.
Jason Voorhees,
Yes.
kind of. Yeah, it looks cool. Number 3, season 1, Murder House. Therapist Ben Harmon, his wife Vivian, and their daughter Violet move across the country to L.A. to escape their troubled past.
This is the only one I've actually seen every episode of.
From start to finish.
Okay.
Yes, the only season.
Number 2 is Coven. After discovering her unique bloodline, a young girl is whisked away to a special academy for girls who share the same lineage.
I mean, have you guys watched this one at all?
No,
No,
I haven't.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm like-
for it to be ranked number 2. Like, yeah, I feel like I don't know much about it.
We're looking like pretty poor American Horror Story fans, even though
Yeah,
we like
we're
it.
not-
Even though we claim to
This
like
one,
it.
it does sound interesting. Like a bunch of.
I want to
witches.
watch it.
It sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I don't. I think it takes place in the past too. It's not like a modern day. Maybe I looked at a
remember, like,
couple
a little
pictures.
bit of it.
They looked like they were wearing crap from like 1940.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know when this one takes place.
All right, and
Numero uno.
numero uno. Thank
Drum
you for
roll? Should
that.
we do, like,
Number
a drum
1. No, it's all right. But if you haven't guessed, we're only left with Asylum, and this is season 2. You know, after a life-changing experience, a young man is admitted into a notorious insane asylum, while a local reporter is determined to get the full story. This one's pretty good. I know, Drew, you watched.
We're watching it right now.
Yeah, we watched a recent episode. I caught one of them, and it's great. Like,
It's good.
just a,
Well, I know the reporter gets admitted to the insane asylum.
yeah,
It's a messed up.
insane.
It's pretty messed up.
just messed up. You're in an asylum. You know that those are
It's another great setting to
just,
see
yeah.
what can happen.
for sure.
Yeah. So I guess to go back up here, I mean, we kind of went and said, which ones have you seen? We already said that a little bit. Which one's your favorite that you've seen then?
I don't have a choice. I can only say
I-
season 1 because that's all I've seen.
I'd probably
Okay.
go with Asylum. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Asylum as well.
Because I think I fell off after Freak Show, maybe. Maybe that was like season
Freak Show?
4,
Yeah.
maybe, or 5. I
Yeah.
don't know.
At least the website got it right. Where I got these rankings. At least you guys agree with the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but we have to see all the seasons still, I guess. And then, which American Horror Story character is your favorite out of all the ones that you've seen so far?
I don't know his name, but I'll side with the horror, and it's Freak Show, and he's the clown. Because that mask is terrifying.
Oh, that crazy clown?
The crazy clown.
Yeah, that guy's pretty messed up, man.
Just as a scary guy, I mean, it's a weird
Yeah.
side to take, most definitely, but
Yeah.
he's just weirdly, he's just scary looking. I'm like, yeah, that guy's sick. He's scary looking.
I don't think I have a favorite character. Like everyone's like kind of a jerk or like.
They are. Everyone's got their baggage, for
There's
sure.
not many
exactly.
people in the show that you like really want to root for. At least I don't know. That's season 1 to me. Like there's not many people you're like rooting for.
Yeah.
So I don't have a favorite character.
I'm gonna name 3 here because they all kind of I like 3 of them for different reasons. But so I'm gonna go with probably my number 1 is Dandy Mott from season 4 Freak Show.
Okay.
He's like a psychopath and he's just like an adult who lives with his mom and he's just a child. He's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Like his psychology is just so interesting to me. Because he's such a weirdo, but he's funny at the same time. He's terrifying and he's hilarious.
He's the guy that takes the clown over.
Yeah, he takes over being the clown.
Yeah,
when
okay.
he's done.
Oh, man.
And then I'll say probably from the same season, I like Jimmy, Lobster Boy.
Yeah.
He's pretty interesting.
Lobby.
I just want to say, like, go back to that clown guy. Where it's like anyone who's taking over being the clown, that guy's like, I don't want to go anywhere near the guy that's taking over being the clown.
Yeah, he's a psycho, but he's kind of funny. It's very weird. And then the other one is Kit from Asylum. That's another Evan Peters character. So 2 Evan Peters characters, and then the other guy's like Flint, like Whitlock or something. He's the Dandy Mock guy, and he's just hilarious to me. Like
Flint Lockwood.
No, not him.
Flint Lockwood.
Let's talk script info. American Horror Story pilot, Welcome to Murder House, written by Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk. The draft date we had is February 14th, 2011. It was 59 pages, and it was divided into 4 acts. Looks like television writing is written in acts. Don't ask me any questions about it because I know nothing.
So when it comes to writing a television pilot episode, Jerome,
Is it just like you're like, okay, here's when you do a commercial? Is that the point
Insert
of it?
commercial
I don't get what the point of it is.
I think it's just like maybe to help with transitions. I really don't know.
I think
don't
it's got to be
understand
for
it.
commercials.
Like
I could see that for commercials.
when I think of acts, when you're saying end act 1, act 2, like you're literally writing that in the page. I mean, because there are acts in a feature, but you don't say that one is ending, one is starting.
Yeah.
I think of plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
Like act 1, scene 2, like in plays, that's
Now
that's
that you
how
say
they
that-
are structured. You actually read that.
now that you say that, that's how I feel like I read the script. Like it seems like more of a play to me. Now that I think back to that.
Yeah, I don't know. They do that in television. I don't know why they do it, but it's a structure that they have that they abide by.
Also, I want to say this too. Did you guys know when you watched it for the first time, like back in 2011 or 12, when we watched the show, that it was the name of the season was Welcome to Murder House? Did you know that?
I thought it was. Just,
I don't think I did.
Yeah, neither did I. I feel like that would have helped, like really, frame the season for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, again, I was 13. Like I had no idea what the hell was going on.
So, I mean, really quickly, did you guys like the script? Yes or no?
yeah,
Enjoy it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so did I.
It's not
Exactly.
like reading scary parts. It's like again letting that imagination go, but then seeing it on screen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we
Definitely
all
connects.
read it first too before we went back and watched the episode.
Correct.
Yeah.
So for me, at least, because I hadn't seen this in 6, 7, 8 years or whatever it's been,
It was kind of like new in a way.
it was like bringing it back. It was cool.
Yeah. So let's dig a little bit into the script in this first episode. So we kind of already mentioned here, I think it was when we were talking about Roanoke, Matt, you said it sounded like a haunted house type story.
Yeah.
I'd say that's pretty much what this season is about, like a haunted house. People move into a house and then horror ensues, but I think this totally has a fresh take on it, for sure. With just all the characters, and even just thinking about it, having an entire season take place mostly inside of one house is pretty impressive. To generate all these types of scenes and conflicts and interaction with these characters, it's pretty cool.
They do it all. I mean, they'll get you with a jump scare here and there, but then they'll also just blow your mind with some long, drawn-out plot thing that you're just like, what?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just weaving everything together sounds like a headache, but you got to do
They
it.
do such a good job. I mean, these guys write every single season, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Or they have. I mean,
Maybe
they have a
some
ton of
outside help.
writers that help them, but they had it for sure. Yeah,
It's really impressive.
yeah,
And they also wrote Glee. Don't forget it.
yeah, dude.
Don't forget that. I'll never forget that.
No, I won't.
Like maybe, how I said earlier, maybe they wanted to make Glee like scary.
Yeah.
What if American Horror Story, they were like, you know what?
Musical.
It's going to be like a musical. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to cut your head off.
Well, like Rocky Horror Picture Show, or what are we talking?
I guess. I mean, that's like the only comparison, right? There's really nothing else out there like that.
Yeah,
True.
Probably for a reason.
Well, I want to talk about the opening because I mean, openings are extremely important for stories. So, did you guys like the opening to this?
I'm trying to remember how it opened.
Right, because it's like you show the house. You show if you want to take it.
It's a flashback.
It's a flashback.
It's a
yeah,
flashback.
It's what's his face getting caught red-handed, right?
No, it's two kids, two twins.
Yes.
They got a bat
I'm
and they're gonna
sorry.
go destroy the house.
They're just like what would you call these? Describe these kids as like vagabonds.
They're just vandals. Kids looking for a good time with some bats.
They're just up to no good.
They got those
That's
little
the best way to describe
poppers that you throw on the ground and they explode.
They're causing a ruckus.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and they're about to go in and
Scoundrels.
Kind of
Yeah.
destroy a house. I mean, at my 11 years of age, I don't think I would be wanting to go into an abandoned household and breaking
No.
things.
I was like, anybody want to play baseball? That's what I would have done with a bat at 11. Not destroyed someone's home.
I mean, they were prepared. They had bats and flashlights. They knew what they were doing.
Right. All right, so let's get back on track though. The season, like the pilot episode for the show, basically shows you two kids going to a house that's clearly haunted.
Yeah.
Because they get murdered inside of it.
Yes. By what's labeled as the infantata in the script.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. What a weird word.
But cool.
The
It's
infantata.
It's kind of scary in a way.
And it's basically like this 2-year-old. They describe it ghost demon thing.
Yeah, it's
right?
pretty. Sounds
Like,
awful.
with razor sharp teeth.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to see it.
No way.
Is it in the show?
Yeah, it's in the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get to see it in the pilot, like maybe like
Oh,
once
yeah,
for a couple seconds.
It's supposed to appear when the thing attacks the high school girl, right?
Yes.
It said it did in the script, but in the show I didn't see it.
Oh, it did.
It shows.
Oh,
it.
okay, I just
You get a good face.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
So did you like
that's
the
all
opening?
right.
Basically,
Yeah.
you liked it.
It was cool.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah,
it.
for
I
sure.
mean,
You
but
just kill
it's
Murder House,
kill
yeah.
off a kid right in the beginning.
Debut
So he's
season.
great. Yeah, debut season. So he's great.
It's an attention getter. I feel like it. I also had the feeling though it's like okay, typical like horror movie, anything like this. Kill off someone right away, suck you in, so you want to see more.
Pretty much. Yeah. Establish the tone. Yeah. I know another thing that this show does well is their characters. I think their characters are really, really good.
The depth,
The depth. Yes. Absolutely.
it's crazy.
They're definitely not flat characters. They're round characters.
It really is impressive
'Cause it allows,
just
like,
the incredible attention to detail.
Yeah.
What goes into these people?
Yeah.
And I guess at least like because you can read like a bunch maybe like theories or like different things that like people think about someone. I think that's what is definitely successful as like a writer or something, that you can have all these ideas on like the internet or something of like different connections or like this going that way. I think that's pretty good for that to happen.
It's pretty insane, man. So I want to go over quickly just who these people are, lay them out. So we got Dr. Ben Harmon. What is he, a psychiatrist?
Yes.
Vivian Harmon, his wife. Violet Harmon, their daughter.
Like in high school or something, right?
Yeah, she's in high school, I believe.
She's described as like a goth in the script.
That's
but
right.
In the show, she looks like a normal kid.
Yeah.
Although
I'd say
she's
maybe
doing
a little goth,
she has
yeah.
goth habits, I suppose.
For sure.
Well, I shouldn't label all goths as people that cut themselves. All right, I'm
She
sorry,
has-
the gothic community. I apologize.
Yeah, no, she has she has like suicidal tendencies, it looks
Definitely.
like. I mean, yeah, she if she was labeled as goth, I mean, she should have been wearing like all black and, black dyed hair. Those sorts of traits that you kind of conjure in your mind. Then there's Tate, and he's Ben's new high school student patient, like right when they move in. There's Constance, who's the next door neighbor. Addie, who is Constance's daughter. She has a fixation on the murder house and tells people that they will die in it, which is pretty terrifying. I don't know
Yeah.
if you were to hear that. There's Moira. She's the maid, and she seems to appear old or young based on the person who looks at her.
It's the most insane
Yeah.
thing about the season.
Yeah.
I mean, it just creates the most like scary but also hilarious like dynamic between
Oh, yeah,
the
totally.
men and, like the man of the household, the father or the
Yeah.
husband,
Yeah.
and then his wife and his daughter. Like it's hilarious
Yeah.
and also so sinister.
Yeah, dude. It's kind
Very
of, it's a
true.
little trippy, I guess.
Because like this definitely was like a portion that when watching it, I was like, wait, what? Because I thought seeing it way back when, like these are different people. I didn't have that like connection of like this is the same person. It's all just the visually and how they see it. But
Yeah,
it was cool to have like that reinsurance again.
Because we're going to get to that, to what the house does to these people.
Yeah.
And there's also Larry the Burnt Man, and he used to live in the murder house, and he set his family on fire.
Great job.
Yes, he did. He tells us all about that in the pilot episode.
Yeah. There's the Rubber Man, and that's like this dude, ghost, that wears this rubber suit, like a rubber sex suit that was found in the attic.
Right, yeah. The couple that
Comfortable.
lived there previously was into some weird stuff.
Yes.
We could just say.
And finally, there's the Infantata, the creature that lives in the basement. These are all the characters in the pilot episode that we're talking about.
Right, so no, you have here, we can mention this because earlier we were talking about the Infantata, and I was like, wait, I didn't see it in the show. This
Yeah.
like little 2-year-old baby demon thing.
Yeah.
And what I saw is this weird clown ghost that you guys had here. This is when they're like, she's trying to scare the bully in high school.
Right.
the
She lures
daughter.
her
Yeah,
to sell her coke, supposedly.
which is also hilarious. Like, what 16-year-old is a cokehead?
Yeah.
What the hell? I guess it's L.A., right? Or
Yeah.
San Fran, whatever.
Yeah, you acquire
Man,
weird habits out
These
there.
West
apparently.
Coast high school kids, what are they up to out there? But yeah, there's like this weird clown ghost in the show that you see that's not in the script. So it was kind of odd that they decided to throw that in.
It's not a clown.
Like, what is it then?
It's the infantata.
No, dude, but it was a big size though. It was big. It was not a baby. It was like a full size man.
Maybe they changed it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It wasn't a baby. It was like it looked like a middle-aged woman or something.
I was expecting a little toddler to be like gnawing on this girl's face, not a man-looking thing.
Maybe it just got a little bigger. I mean, I even looked on the IMDb
Aged.
like thing to see like who played the infantata, and it says infantata. That somebody played it. So it does look big. It looks big.
It looked
You're
big.
right. But that's what it is.
Yeah, whatever. That's what that girl gets for wandering into someone's basement trying to buy cocaine. Like, don't just walk into someone's house to buy drugs like that. It's just dumb. Not that I would know from experience.
Right. True. But with these characters, I think what this show does, at least this particular season, what I think this show does very well is that every Harmon character sees a ghost or person based on their weaknesses, fears, or past. And in this episode in particular, we can kind of just, I'll take the first one and we can kind of pass them along. So in the first episode, Ben sees the maid. She sees the maid, Moira, in like this, unbelievably hot state.
Sup?
Because he cheated on his wife, Vivian.
So the ghost does that to him, or the house is doing that to him because it's just another way they can twist him.
To manipulate him,
his mind. Or
For sure.
Make him want to do
That's insane.
bad stuff.
Yes.
We got Vivian, the wife. She sees the rubber man because of her husband, because she's going through this trust phase again.
Yeah, he cheated on her.
And just like, again, the fragile of cheating on her and like the act of sex with somebody else.
And
she had a miscarriage.
Yeah,
which is another just like ridiculous plot line, that's thrown into this show.
Yeah.
Let's see. Violet sees Tate, the guy who's being treated by her dad, like the high school kid, because she doesn't have any friends, and they're both troubled teens, and they share the enjoyment of cutting themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. They all kind of, they have this interesting, you could call it awful, unfortunate relationship with these ghosts, or I don't know what you can call them. But
I can't speak for the ghosts, but this family, I can say that they all need a little help.
They all need help, for sure. Absolutely.
A little social worker,
sit down
maybe
and talk
move to a different house.
Yeah.
Hey, it was a good price.
Yeah.
1/4 of all the prices in the neighborhood. Oh yeah, everyone who lives here dies.
Yeah, right.
We'll take it.
I know. Well, it's funny because in the script and the show, the daughter asks, "Where did they die?" And the realtor's like, "In the basement." She's like, "We'll take it."
Yeah, she's like into that.
Why does she get to decide that?
really.
Yeah, I know, right? She's not paying for it.
Let's talk about some differences. There were a couple. It was mainly the same, but there were a couple differences. So the first one that we identified was that in the script there's this scene where Tate is talking to Ben Harmon, the psychiatrist.
This is the biggest difference, right? This
is probably
sure,
one of the biggest differences. Yeah, and I mean, automatically when you can hear this kid talk, you can just tell, oh, this kid's a freaking sociopath.
Yeah.
Because in the script, there's like, while Tate's describing what he's feeling, we cut to like a scene of him basically, acting out a school shooting
up a school. Yeah,
for sure.
It's a school shooting. Yeah, I've seen.
But
if
I remember correctly, I think they just threw this scene later in the season,
yes,
in another episode. And then also, once Ben is basically characterizing this kid, like he's aware that he's a sociopath. Later, Ben, the Dylan McDermott character, he does some digging into Tate, like searches his name on the internet. And he finds an article saying that Tate was killed in the 90s. So basically, we learn that he's a ghost right in the first episode.
Didn't the daughter do that in the show? I thought the daughter looked that up. It was the.
Does the daughter look that up in the show?
That's what I thought.
Okay, I think she did look it up.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, that's the difference.
Article. I think you're right. Yeah.
Regardless, in the show, in this pilot episode, you find out that he's dead. He's not. He's a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's a hard reveal.
No, for sure.
It's strange. Like, why did they decide to do that? Because in the script, they didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Production changes, man.
It's just another. I guess producers are like, we need to hook the audience more, show them that there's a ghost, just in case they missed it.
Actually, I don't think she looks him up because the next difference that we had, I think this was. I mean, maybe she looked it up.
Somebody
I don't really
did.
remember.
I remember it being revealed.
But this is how we know that they're a ghost because Moira the maid in the
that's-
pilot episode, we learn that Moira is dead because Constance, the Jennifer Lange character who lives next door, says to Moira, "Don't make me kill you again."
Right.
That's okay. That's how we found out.
So that was
the
a
ghost.
point too where you're like, oh, yep, there's a ghost.
Yeah.
Something's not right here.
And then there's the other part with Moira. You see it in the show when Moira is like, looking like the young hot maid to Ben, and she's coming on to him and he's refusing. But when Violet sees this, she sees Moira as the old woman coming on to her dad.
Yeah.
And in the show, nothing happens after that. Like, she sees it and runs away. But in the script, there's a scene where Violet and her dad are talking about it.
Yeah, because how can you not confront that?
Really though, but I think the maid's a little.
Violet she thought some like 85-year-old dad was like, or 85-year-old dad, 85-year-old woman was groping her dad.
Right.
How do you not like talk about that?
Please, yeah.
Yeah, I know. In the screenplay, it was kind of funny when they were talking about it. I thought it was a good scene. I would have liked to see it in the episode for sure. And then another difference that kind of like completes Violet more in the script is that we see her getting friends at the end of the screenplay, whereas in the show she doesn't get friends.
Right. Because I guess that like the girl that was the coke addict or whatever that she scared in the basement with the infantada. Right. She transferred schools, according to the TV show episode. And then the girls that were friends with her decided to become friends with Violet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really know why, but I mean, I guess they were just being cool.
I don't know either.
Maybe because they felt bad, like because they didn't want to bully her in the first place.
True.
Yeah, probably something like that.
So I'd say Violet. Violet doesn't really revive anything in her life in the episode, whereas all the other characters do. Because by the end of the script pilot, Ben and Vivian seem to have revived their relationship because they've been blocking their past or trying to escape their past because Vivian gets pregnant with Ben's baby, or is it the Rubber Man's baby?
No, it's not. It's not Ben's baby.
It's the Rubber Man's baby for sure, dude.
Because Ben was downstairs in the oven, like putting his hand over the fire or something.
Oh yeah.
The show clearly made it obvious that it was not her husband.
Yeah.
That was impregnating her.
Yeah.
A rubber band man.
I mean, the only like closure that Violet gets is that she just gets back at her bully. But like we said, she doesn't make any friends.
In the script.
Other than Tate.
In the story, yeah. Well, in the story, yeah. You're right. True. Either show. It can get a little confusing at times.
No, for sure. So, I mean, yeah, just overall the episode, we got the Harmons moving in, and clearly the realtor saying bad past. You got Burnface saying bad past. Are you guys in or out? Like, I feel like how many warnings are you going to get here?
Well, let's start with the realtor.
And then you got Violet in the basement seeing a clown creature man.
Infantada.
Right.
Like how many...
Let's go back for all the infantada, all that crap. Like, you're buying a house, they say, hey, people died in the house. I got to tell you, it was a double murder-suicide. It was ugly. Yeah, that's why the house is cheap. Like, are you buying that house?
No, probably not.
I don't think I'm buying that house. I'm like, bad vibes here.
Is this like...
Not good for me and my family. I'm out.
Do you guys know? I mean, none of us are realtors. Maybe even know. Is this like a thing?
You have to.
Are you like a legally...
I think it depends on the state.
It does depend on the state.
We talked about that in Conjuring.
Right. There's different disclosure rules. Because it was interesting how she only mentioned that homeowner. She didn't mention the previous, like, all the other people that had lived there that died.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I guess they could have just looked up if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, so, yeah, we've already established we would not buy a house that the previous owners, like, murder-suicide. We wouldn't do it. So now let's go to the burned man, because you mentioned him. You're going for a jog. This guy's following you. You confront him, and he says, yeah, I used to live at your house. See all these burns? It's because I killed my whole family, burned them, and then I went to jail for it. Because I was hearing voices.
Pack our bags, honey.
It's just more reason to not live there. I mean, there's a lot of houses that exist in the world, people.
True.
How do you not listen to that guy? He sounded credible, right? And especially in the show, like, he was credible.
Yeah.
I lived there. I was hearing voices. Like, where'd you get that burn on your hand, right? Because he was sticking his hand over the fire.
Right. I don't know. I mean, maybe since they already slept there and lived there, like, maybe the house is already influencing them a little bit. I have no idea.
Oh, so it's like making him be like, no.
Maybe.
potentially.
I don't know.
Yeah, potentially. I guess
Wow.
I'll accept that argument because I do think he's an idiot
Oh,
for
absolutely.
not being like, dude, I'm getting the hell out of there. You're right.
For sure. Well, then again, there would be no TV show.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Very
overall,
true.
take from a
Very true.
TV show, do some research before you buy a house, Listen to people, do some Google.
Yeah.
See what the history's been.
I agree with that. Absolutely.
Hopefully,
100%.
hopefully
Yeah,
no
right.
rituals have been going down in your
I feel like if you Google
living room.
if you Google an address and then there was like a crazy murder there, it'd probably pop up right on Google.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
feel like
think
that's safe to
so.
assume.
The murder on blank.
Good.
Street, drive, boulevard, wherever you're
Avenue.
living at.
Yeah, all of these, yeah.
Lane. Did someone say Lane yet?
No.
I'm out. I got
There's a ton of them.
Circle.
Oh,
Yeah, very good.
Ended with a cul-de-sac. Nice.
So what do you think? What do you think that's it, man? Do we want to do the thoughts final here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we? I thought we'd just end with cul-de-sac.
Final thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do
AHS,
it.
man, it's great. The first season, the first episode, definitely awesome. I mean, I could totally watch the first season again, but I'll probably dedicate more time to do some other seasons. Probably 1984 for sure, Roanoke, and Coven.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are probably my top 3 to get into. But I guess for a star rating, it's a great show. Hell, they got more seasons coming. 4 out of 5, man. It's one of a kind. The horror's great. The writing's great. Like you said, the characters, it's all cream in the crop.
Yeah, and more's coming, right? Because we already said there's seasons guaranteed through 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to watch Coven. I want to watch that one and the 1984 one, the slasher one. Those
Yeah.
ones. Those are the ones that pop off the page to me that I want to check out.
And it's a perfect time to do it, man.
Yeah, exactly. With Halloween right
Yeah.
in the corner.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a really successful horror show.
Yeah.
Although I will say you have to be in like the mood to watch this show because it's wonky. Like it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
little effed up. Like
Totally.
you got to be in the right mindset and like be okay with like this isn't a show I would say like watch and then go right to bed. I don't know if that would be
Nightmare and
maybe not for everybody.
Nightmare fuel.
Nightmare Fuel. Sometimes I just watch terrifying things and go to bed and hope for a nightmare.
They're fun, man. As odd as that sounds, it's kind of fun.
Sometimes I just want to be terrified and like wake up screaming and like just like it's
In a
just, like
pool of
it's crazy,
sweat.
dude.
Exactly.
Then I just have a big smile on my face,
Just that was a thrill.
and then your roommates are like, "Not again."
Yeah, I'll go 4 stars. Why not? Why not?
Oh yeah, I didn't even give
go.
stars.
Let's go.
I think the first season. That's all I can
Yeah.
relate to. I say the first season is a 4-star season.
Yeah. I
4 stars.
I'll probably say if I were to watch every season, my star rating would probably shift.
Okay.
We'll go 4 first season. My view of just American Horror Story on a whole, this season included, definitely has a low budget feel. Actually, no. For this season specifically, definitely has a low budget feel to it because it takes almost entirely within a house. It takes place entirely within a house. Overall, though, in every season, it's written extremely well and flows masterfully. All horror aside, it has great characters with deep backgrounds that are rooted in painful emotion, which creates a great dynamic of how they interact with one another. And overall, I think it's an excellent template to learn from and mimic. Okay, everything I just said there was for this season only.
Okay.
Season 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Murder House.
Yeah.
Also, you said the word
Or for the pilot.
masterfully there, and I was like, ooh, that's a tough word. Masterfully.
That's a good one. There's a lot of good words today.
Yeah. Check out the pilot. Read the pilot screenplay if you're interested, people. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
In Fright Fest, tune into what we're going to do next. I mean, we don't know that now, but later on, we're gonna record something, and then we'll know.
Wait till
And then we'll tell you.
Wait until the end of this episode, and then I'll tell you.
Wait like 10 seconds. But we're going to figure that out.
All right.
No matter what platform you're using to listen to us, I want it to be known that we're available on iTunes, YouTube, and Spreaker. You can also find us on Instagram at screenplay_junkie. If you like our content, please be sure to follow our channels so you can stay in the loop with new episodes and quick movie reviews. Feel free to give us a rating or drop us a comment on any of these mediums. Any feedback or interaction is greatly appreciated. Got any scripts you think we should read or movies we should review? Shoot us a message on our Instagram or email us at screenplayjunkie.show@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. On the next episode, we'll be taking a look at the Drew Goddard and Joss Whedon horror film that stars Kristen Connolly, Chris Hemsworth, Anna Hutchinson,
Fran Kranz, Richard Jenkins, and Bradley Whitford. Cabin in the Woods. Thank you for listening. We hope you can join us next time.